execution of the business.
With their sheer number, American troops easily filling this hall in Camp Aguinaldo for the formal opening of Balikatan 2023. The ceremony is held just a day after the Philippines' Day of Valor. This national holiday, marking the fall of Bataan in 1942, is seen as an analogy of the first ever Balikatan.
While that battle in that fateful day led to the fall of Bataan, the heroic event showcased the valor and patriotism of both the Filipino and American soldiers who fought side by side to defend our motherland.
The start of this year's Balikatan also coincides with the 2+2 ministerial dialogue in Washington, D.C. Leaders of both nations meeting again for the first time in 7 years to discuss strengthening bilateral ties, including issues on security and defense.
The fact that the opening of Balikatan and our 2+2 dialogue are happening on the same day, thousands of miles apart, speaks to the strength and significance of the U.S.-Philippine relationship as friends, partners, and allies.
Aside from having a record number of participants, 17,000, mostly from the U.S., this is also the first time it will hold joint drills on cyber defense. The usually land-based live-fire exercise is also moving towards the sea. Combined Philippine and U.S. weapons systems will blow up and sink a decommissioned Philippine Navy ship. The coasts of San Antonio in Zambales will be no fishing and no sail zones for the duration of the sinking exercise.
This exercise will only last 2 days. This is a small inconvenience. Every time they go out and fish, they always run the risk of harassment. See? And this exercise is precisely that, okay, to extend and actually to advance maritime security in the area.
Cross-oriented groups protesting the conduct of the Philippine-U.S. drills outside Camp Aguinaldo.
It intends to provoke China, it intends to escalate the conflict, and it will eventually lead to an arms race in the region. And where will that leave the Philippines?
U.S. troops and their equipment continue to pour in for the more than 2-week Balikatan. Many of them on board chartered flights landing at the Subic Bay International Airport.
Our nations and our military forces share an unbreakable bond built through decades of working shoulder to shoulder promoting peace and stability.
The annual conduct of Balikatan is always a learning opportunity for both Philippines and the United States military forces.
A Philippine military official confirming President Bongbong Marcos has been invited to the live-fire exercise in Zambales scheduled later this month. If things work out, this will be the first time for a sitting president to personally witness such a joint military activity between the two nations. David Santos, CNN Philippines.